In this video, I'm going to be telling you a bit about how I understand the Celtic festival of Beltane, and also I'm going to be showing you how I work with Beltane to boost my self-love and my self-care, so stay tuned for that. Hi my lovelies, happy Beltane. If you're watching this in real time, I'm Emma Jane, transformational life coach and spiritual guide and author of the book Walking the Wheel of the Year. Now, as you guys know from my videos, Seasonal Spirituality, I work with a 8-festival framework that celebrates the turning of the seasons, and Beltane is one of those festivals. And if you don't know what Walking the Wheel of the Year is all about, then you can check out this video here that explains it a little bit, or you can check out this video which is all about seasonal spirituality, so you can find more about it there. But this video is all about Beltane, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a background to what Beltane is, and I'm going to tell you how you as a 21st century person can work with the energy of Beltane to boost your self-love practice. So stay tuned for that. So what's Beltane? Beltane is the 5th festival on the 8-wheeled Celtic and Nordic Wheel of the Year that celebrates the turning of the seasons, and it's directly opposite to Samhain. So Samhain, if you don't know what that is, I will be making a video later on in this year. So I'm going to point my finger here, and if you're seeing the video here, then I've made it. If you're not seeing the video, then keep an eye out on my channel, subscribe, ring the bell, because that video will be coming out around about October the 31st. Now, Beltane and Samhain actually as well are fire festivals, and this is the Celtic start of the summer. This is where we shake off our winter faces, we allow our summer faces to come alive. And if you look at the land at the moment, it is bursting with life. Not only is it alive, it's blooming. The trees have got flowers in them, the blossom is out, everything is looking absolutely beautiful. Now, in the Wheel of the Year, they have what I would describe as 3 fertility festivals. The first one's at Imbolc, which is the 2nd of February, and that's the fertility of the land. It's where you see the land starting to awake. Then in March, around about the 21st, at the spring equinox, you have Ostara, and for me, I associate that festival with the fertility of animals. And Beltane, well, this is the fertility festival for humans. So there's some interesting things going on with that. Beltane is one of these festivals that we know a fair bit about because we know historically how the Celts celebrated. There's lots of writings and legends and things around it. And one of the things we do know is that on Beltane Eve, so April 31st, all the fires would be put out. Every single fire and every single hearth would be put out. And a ginormous communal fire would be built. And then what would happen is that the fire would be slightly separated and all the cattle would be brought through to cleanse them for the new summer, for the arrival of the summer, where they would go out and, you know, get rich and fat and get ready to be slaughtered later on in the year. And people would also jump over the fire to be cleansing as well. One of the other things we know is that at the Beltane fires, couples used to get together and disappear off into the woods and do their thing, and that was socially acceptable. So the idea was that on Beltane Eve, every man wore the face of the god and every woman wore the face of the goddess. So it wasn't really you getting it on with somebody that wasn't your partner, as far as they saw it. So, and then the fire that they lit, the bell fire, people would take a torch from that and take it back to their home hearth fire, and all the fires would be lit from that central bell fire. So it's this really magical time of energy and life and vibration and primal energy. And that's one of the things I love about Beltane. I always feel in my body that I feel like I want to start dancing again. You know, I feel frisky. It's a bit like, okay, I'm getting ready to go out and look for a mate. You know, I do have one, but you know, it's something about the energy at Beltane. If you can connect with that, or if you're feeling that, then this is because you really are connected to Beltane. Now, I said at the beginning I would tell you a little bit about how I work with Beltane, because obviously Beltane has this connection to relationships and to sex and to people and human fertility. And I believe the most important relationship, and I know you know this quote, is the relationship you have with yourself, and it's the foundation of every single other relationship. So not only do I go out and jump a fire and go and connect with nature at Beltane and put flowers in my hair, which is what I'm going to be doing later on today, But what I also like to do at this time is to really refocus on my practice of self-love. And I dedicate the time between Beltane and summer solstice into self-love practices. And that can be lots of different things. So it can be taking care of my physical body. It can be taking care of my mental body. It could be buying myself some flowers or, giving myself a treat. But I really dedicate and focus my time to self-love practice at this time of year. And if you're interested in knowing more about different self-love practices, I've got a video coming out next week about self-love practices. And the whole of this month, I'm going to be dedicating to articles and stories and information about self-love practice. So you can go to my Facebook page at Reroute Your Life, and there's going to be lots of stuff coming up there. So if you want to see that video next week, don't forget to subscribe, to ring the bell so you know when it comes out. But I highly, highly, highly recommend you connecting with this primal dance energy and this feeling of love, and connecting the relationship with yourself and rerouting in that relationship with yourself at this time of year, because that's what the earth's doing. That's what our bodies want to do. So go out, enjoy it, take in the beautiful flowers, take in the wonderful bubbling energy that's coming up in the land at the moment, and allow it to inspire you to take care of yourself. I hope you find this inspirational. If you've got any questions, if you want to know more about the history of Beltane, or you want to know more about self-love practice, or how I celebrate the turning of the seasons, then please let me know in the comments below. I will come back and answer those when you write to me, so do it there. And if you would like more videos about seasonal spirituality, walking the wheel of the year, or the different festivals, or anything about how you can connect with nature in your own life, then let me know in the comments below, because I love to hear from you guys, and I love to get inspired to give you videos and information and content that you would really like in your life as well. So happy Beltane to you all. Take care. I will see you again next week. Until then, my blessings and love to you. And don't forget, go out and enjoy the journey. Don't forget, if you're interested in learning more about walking with the wheel of the year, if you'd like to know more about the Celtic and Nordic festivals, or you'd like to find ways that you could connect with nature with your spiritual and personal growth path, then you can buy my book, Walking the Wheel of the Year. It's available on Amazon and on Book Depository. And this is basically a guidebook that walks you through each of the festivals with some history, some personal growth tools. There's lots of ceremonies, meditations, journeys in here. And basically you can take what works for you and leave the rest behind. So I'll put the link in the comments below. Take care, and I look forward to walking the wheel of the year with you.